What's up, legends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping into the Season 4 patch notes. Now, I didn't want to do this video originally because normally there's not a lot to talk about, but there are some things I noticed right off the rip that I wanted to dive into because they're kind of exciting. But we're going to go ahead and talk first. The map's terminus addressed an issue that prevented the ramps from being properly illuminated in the boat race side quest in Terminus. Citadel des Morts addressed an issue where players can repeat the Guardian fight in Citadel des Morts when loading a save file. That's going to make some people upset, I think, for sure. Addressed an issue where the amulet sometimes remains too high after defeating the Guardian. Modes, they addressed an issue where players are sent back to the lobby after pausing the game in split screen. Now this is where we get to something a little bit more exciting with the weapons. Now, if you can see on screen the weapons that we have in front of us, these are all some of the lower performing weapons as they are the pistols. So we're seeing some Strider 22 changes, adjustments, increased pack punch damage by 100%. This is going to be a lot of fun to revisit. Increased ammo from 360 to 440, reduced penetration damage fall off by 40%. So now the Strider 22, it's going way up. It's getting a boost. 9mm PM, increased pack-a-punch damage by 50%, increased pack-a-punch damage range by 100%, increased ammo from 320 to 360, scaled gun and view kicked down by 20%, and reduced penetration fall off by 40%. Another buff to another very weak weapon. Then we got the Grakova. They increased damage by 150%, reduced the damage range by 30%. So a lot of really good changes to the pistol category, but that's not where it stops. If you notice, we have some of the worst weapons on the screen once again. The only one I think is a little surprising here is the DM10, but the Sarkov 762, they did increase pack-a-punch crit damage by 50%. This is going to help this weapon dramatically, and increased ADS speed by 50%. Lowered gun and view kick by 80%. For the DM10, increased pack-a-punch crit damage by 60%. That's going to be disgusting. I'm going to just say that right now. I don't know if that one needed an adjustment, but it is what it is. And then the TR2, which excites me a bit, especially with the new attachment coming that's probably going to make it full auto. That'll be fun. So increased damage by 40%, increased crit damage by 90%, and lowered gun and view kick by 40%. So some really exciting weapon changes, if you ask me. Some of the weakest weapons currently in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Now we'll quickly go over some of these other fixes. Attachments addressed an issue where belt-fed ammo pickups were not working after refilling ammo with an ammo cache or max ammo power-up. Weapon blueprints, we have addressed an issue where the death effects for certain weapon blueprints were not playing correctly. Addressed an issue where the game over blueprint with custom attachments would revert back to its default attachments after reloading a save. Gunsmith addressed an issue where mags and mag size details displayed the incorrect information in the Gunsmith menu. Perks, Quick Revive, addressed an issue where Quick Revive would not default to the first slot regardless of when it was obtained. Elemental Pop addressed an issue where Elemental Pop not working with Pack-a-Punch GS45 and the D1.3 sector. And they addressed an issue where the Electric Cherry Augment will stun brain rot zombies. So equipment, C4, minimum damage increased to 70 and max damage increased to 250. So looks like a buff to C4. Frag, the frag mid damage was increased to 150 and the Semtex inner damage was increased to 250. That's a little bit confusing to me, so I'm not going to focus too much on that, but it sounds like they buffed a couple of the equipment. Field upgrades, Ether Shroud addressed an issue where zombies would sometimes target players while Ether Shroud is active. Thank you, Treyarch. Addressed an issue where the player will not have their melee weapon equipped after reviving a player while Void Sheath Augment is active. I mean, I honestly don't play in a group that often, so I haven't actually experienced that one, but that would be pretty frustrating. Dark Flare addressed an issue where the helmeted zombie is immune to Dark Flare field upgrade in Citadel des Morts. That's an interesting one, but it's good that you can now eliminate it with your field upgrade that you're choosing. Support, Death Machine. They increased Death Machine ammo to 350. Sounds like a buff, of course. Mutant Injection addressed an issue where the third-person animation for activating the mutant injection played incorrectly. Addressed an issue where the exfil cinematic did not play correctly if failed while mutant injection was active. War Machine addressed an issue with the War Machine displaying incorrect unlock requirements. Addressed an issue where the description text for the War Machine was incorrect in the crafting table. Mangler Cannon addressed an issue where the Mangler Cannon was not aligned correctly with the operator's right arm in third person. Some of these things I really don't notice because I don't use them all that often. I very rarely use score streaks, except for the mutant injection. Gobblegums addressed an issue where the Death Machine or War Machine were left with an ammo count of 1 after using the support group Gobblegum. Disallowed players from using zip lines right after activating anywhere but here Gobblegum. Power-up Gobblegums now use the player's position as a fallback if gameplay space is limited. Addressed an issue where the timeout Gobblegum would cause zombies to stop spawning if the player who activated the Gobblegum left the match. Power-ups addressed an issue where the Wonderwaff DG2 turned zombies into crawlers while insta-kill was active with the first shot. Mystery Box addressed an issue where the Mystery Box could only produce a small subset of weapons. That makes a lot more sense. Increased the weight for seasonal weapons in the Mystery Box. Addressed an issue where zombie build weapon from the Mystery Box showed incorrect rarity when dropped. I'm really excited about the Mystery Box one as someone who loves the one box challenge or the box roulette challenges in general. It's actually nice because now I feel like we can revisit a couple of the last ones that we did and we'll have a much better experience because it did seem like in a couple of them, I got the same weapon like 4 times and I never saw certain weapons ever, right? So UI addressed an issue where some players could not see the on-screen timer during exfil. Addressed an issue where certain UI elements were not being cleared properly after completing steps from the Wonder Weapon quest prior to completing the Pack-a-Punch quest in Shattered Veil directed mode. Addressed an issue where the cost of perks in Der Wonder Fizz machine would not update if bought in rapid succession. Addressed an issue where the Staff of Ice was misspelled in the Wonder Weapon and store blueprint menus. Addressed various subtitle typos. Graphics addressed an issue where the special round fog did not roll in gradually if a user joins the match in that round. Addressed an issue where the spectating player would see a black screen while the player they are spectating use fast travel. And then a stability addressed various stability issues. Now, honestly, with these weaker weapons getting a buff, I'm a little bit more excited about Season 4 than I was originally, even though the content that we're getting is a little bit different than what we've been getting the last few seasons. But let me know down in the comment section below if you guys are looking forward to tomorrow and Season 4's drop. But that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support in the channel. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace!